Well, hey there, friends. So today I am going to chat with you about one of the most overlooked and easiest ways to give yourself a boost in website traffic using some stellar SEO strategies and some really just simple but strategic hacks on revamping some old content for better SEO. It doesn't have to take a lot of time, and it's something that you can really crank out in a pretty steady way to help maximize on the traffic you're already getting and get more traffic for content that you've already created. So I have 3 steps for you today to revamp old content for better SEO, more website traffic in less time. You ready? Jump on in. Hey there, fellow entrepreneur. Welcome to Simple SEO and Marketing with me, Faith Hannon. Do you want to grow your business with organic marketing and finally feel like you can understand SEO? Are you scouring the internet for how to get more website traffic, SEO for dummies, and how to market on Pinterest? Have you tried to grow your business with SEO and blogging only to get frustrated and quit because it's overwhelming and too time consuming? Been there. Hey, I'm Faith Hannon, Jesus lover, copywriter, blogger, wife, wrangler of tiny humans, and barrel racer. And let me tell you, I didn't have time to waste sorting through SEO and keyword strategies that either didn't work or were so over my head I couldn't understand them. I honestly thought that SEO and blogging only worked for people with a PhD in tech jargon and a whole team of employees, until I learned these secrets. Good SEO strategies don't have to be complicated, and creating and marketing great content doesn't have to take more than a couple hours a week total. So pop in those earbuds, slam some coffee, and let's grow your business with simple organic marketing and a healthy dose of biblical encouragement along the way. So funny story. At the start of this episode, I almost said, let's dive on in, and pictured diving into a puddle because we have gotten so much rain here where I live. In the last several months, it's just been a super wet late spring and summer, and we are so thankful for it. This is farm and ranch country. And so when we have a dry year, like, it really hurts the people, it really hurts the economy. And so we're so thankful for the rain and and all the wet. But like, y'all, we don't know how to live like swamp people. I'm like, do I teach my kids to swim in the front yard? Do we just like go play when there's lightning? Like, what do we even do? JK, we're not actually playing when there's lightning. I'm exaggerating for effect. But so much of the conversation and just like jokes around my house lately have been like, what do swamp people do? And one of my good friends who actually grew up in Louisiana, he's like, if it's scary and it moves, you just shoot it. And I'm like, all right, I can do that. But just so you know what was going on in my head when I almost said, let's dive on in, I was picturing diving into a giant mud puddle, okay? But alas, I restrained myself and I didn't say that, but now you get to hear about the giggles behind the scenes in my brain. So 3 steps to revamp old content for better SEO in less time. One of the questions that I hear pretty consistently is, I don't know what to blog. I don't know what content to create. How do I create content to get, more traffic and more visitors to my website? And the fact of the matter is, as much as you may not like creating blogs, it's absolutely necessary for consistent increase in traffic because literally every keyword-rich piece of helpful blog content that you create is another opportunity to get found by your ideal client. Now, obviously, you need to be blogging about the right things. You need to be using the right size keyword, using your keywords in the right places. Like, there is a lot to that, all of which I teach you inside of my course, the Organic Marketing Framework. But the thing that I want you to know is blogging is essential for more traffic and a great SEO strategy. But, hear me. You don't always have to just create new stuff without taking advantage of some of the old stuff that you've created and refining that for maybe more traffic or better traffic. So one of the things that I was actually on a coaching call with a client a couple months ago, and she was asking me like, okay, what do I need to do to take advantage of some of this content that I've already created? How do I make it better? And I was like, well, here's what you do. And these are the answers that I gave her, probably in a little more depth than what I gave her because we had already had some of these conversations prior. She's an ongoing coaching client. So here are 3 steps to revamp old content for better SEO in less time. All right. Step number 1, do your research about which blogs, which pieces of content you are going to revamp. I do not want you just shooting in the dark, picking whatever you want to pick and revamping it, thinking that that is going to get you more traffic when maybe that topic is old news. Nobody's looking that stuff up anymore, right? So you have to actually do your research and use some strategy here about what content you're going to revamp, because the truth of the matter is everybody is working with a finite amount of time. Nobody has 800 hours a day to work. We all need to prioritize our content, prioritize our SEO strategy, and prioritize what things are going to grow our business, right? So you have to do your research. And there are really 3 places that I want you to focus in on your research here. First of all, I want you to look at your Search Console data. I want you to see what you are already getting impressions for, and then compare that to the clicks that you're getting. Because if you're getting a bunch of impressions for something, but you're not getting very many clicks for that, then chances are you're getting seen on the first or maybe the second page of Google for that article, for that keyword, but people are not clicking on your blog over the competition's blogs for whatever reason, right? It might be your title, it might be your meta description, it might be, another factor. But look and figure out, give yourself a list of 5 or 10 things that you can revamp based off of what you see on your Search Console data, okay? And then I want you to dig into your Google Analytics. I want you to see, okay, what is already getting traffic and can I make that even better? And then I want you to look at keywords and trends, okay? Is the keyword that this blog is focused on, is that trending up or down? Okay, so like if you had a big piece on the 2020 election back in 2020, like that's probably trending down, y'all. You don't need to revamp that because that's old news. People aren't still searching for that, okay? Like if you are a dietitian and you had a blog that went gangbusters on the fad diet from 5 years ago, but people aren't still searching for that, then don't waste your time on that. But if you were like on the cutting edge of the ice plunge trend that's going on right now, and you wrote a blog about that a year ago, but that's trending up, then let's go in and revamp that and make it better and really capitalize on that traffic that you're already getting there and maybe rework your title a little bit, okay? I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, but first step is do your research, okay? I want you to make yourself a list of 5, maybe 10 things, takeaway things from your research that you can capitalize on, okay? And then for each of those 5 or 10 blogs that you come away with that you think you need to revamp, I want you to ask yourself this question. This is step number 2. Does this need a revamp or a refresh or a whole new blog? Okay? So let's go back to the ice plunge trend, okay? Maybe you had something that was just like 5 benefits of the ice plunge and why you should incorporate it into your daily life. I'm making this up as I go, guys. Maybe you have that. And then maybe you're like, okay, that's trending well. I'm going to go in and I'm going to spruce that up a little bit. And I want to create a whole new blog around this topic and talk about 5 ways to take advantage of the ice plunge benefits without spending thousands of dollars, because I've seen some of those tubs that are thousands and thousands of dollars. And I'm like, listen, y'all, I can just get a stock tank and fill it full of ice for a lot cheaper. Just kidding. I'm not doing the ice plunge stuff right now in my life. Just not happening. But you see the difference there. Like, ask yourself, does this need a revamp or refresh or a whole new blog? Because if something just needs a little bit of touch up here and there, like, do that, right? Like, there's no need to reinvent the wheel. But if it's something that's like the ice plunge example, if it's something that's trending up, maybe you do both, okay? So if you're revamping something, I want you to look at these things. I want you to look at, do you have keywords in the title? Do you have your focus keyword phrase in the title? Is it close to the front of the title? Okay. Do you have your focus keyword phrase and some additional keywords in the H2 text? Those are generally like your subheadings on your blog. And then do you have those keywords authentically in your paragraph and throughout the body of your blog, okay? And then have you used those keywords in naming your photos, naming your graphics, and on some of your graphics? These are the things that I want you to refresh, okay? And then if you're creating an entirely new blog, obviously do those things from the start and to write the blog in such a way that it is SEO friendly from the get-go. Actually have a whole series on bonus series on blogging, episodes 32, 33, 34, and 35. So go back and listen to those. There's a lot of really great stuff in there about how to write a good blog, how to plan a keyword-rich blog, how to do it in a way that saves time and generates traffic and just ultimately gets you more leads and the right leads. So if you're like, what do I even put in my blog space? Go back and listen to that bonus series. And then obviously, if you're wanting just the step-by-step, click-by-click, this is how to write blogs that people like to read and that get you traffic and leads, then jump into my course, The Organic Marketing Framework, where I teach you how to do SEO research, how to set up your website for SEO success, and then how to create content, aka blog content, in a way that doesn't suck or suck the life out of you, but that helps people, like helps your person and gets you traffic, okay? So step number three for our 3 steps to revamp old content for better SEO in less time is don't forget to add value when you are revamping your blog. Now, a lot of times you see people go in and update a blog with just the current year because it's about a subject that, like people want to know SEO trends for 2023. I don't care about SEO trends for 2019, right? Like I want up-to-date information, right? So sometimes people go in and they'll just add the current year. And like on one hand, I get it. On the other hand, I feel like that's just crap. Like you're not actually adding anything to increase the value there. So what I want you to do is every single time you revamp a piece of old content, please, please, please add some value, make it better. Don't expect your readers or, your hopeful audience to go in and find extra value when it wasn't there to begin with. Like, listen, y'all, I write professionally. People pay me money to write their website copy and their blog content, and I can promise you that there is always something that you will see that you can fix when you look at a piece of content with fresh eyeballs, right? Like there are huge brands that have big money behind their ads and have big money behind their content, and they still have typos sometimes. They still have a missed comma or a grammatical error. So I can almost promise you that you have something in that piece of content that you can fix and you can make better. Okay, so please, when you're going in and revamping that old content, make it better, add some more value, and chances are good that if this is a piece of content that is just really core to your business and really core to, how you serve people, you have learned something new since you wrote that article to begin with. So why not add it in? Why not make it better? Why not give people a reason to go back and reread that? And bonus tip, that makes it easier to reshare that thing authentically without feeling like you're spamming people, because you can be like, hey, here's trends for 2023 plus 3 bonus tips I've learned in the last year. Like, be authentic, be genuine, make sure that everything you create is helpful for the love of all things holy. Don't just create to please the algorithm gnomes, okay? Make sure that what you're creating is helpful and that you're blessing people with it, okay? I'll get off that soapbox. So, your 3 steps to revamp old content for better SEO in less time. Number 1, do your research, baby. Please, please, please. Check Search Console, Google Analytics, and keywords and trends. Number 2, ask yourself, does this need a revamp or /refresh or a whole new blog? And maybe that topic needs both, okay? And number 3, don't forget to add value. Now, if you are somebody, you're like, hey, Faith, I need you to walk me through this, then book a coaching call. Spots are limited, but I do have a few left. So make sure to book a coaching call, and just in your intake form, make sure to be like, hey, Faith, I want to look over my old content and I want to build out a plan on what to refresh and come up with a good keyword strategy for these specific blogs. So I pray that this blesses y'all and you're able to take these 3 simple steps, revamp old content, and get more traffic in less time, and you can serve your people better with working smarter and not harder and taking advantage of SEO. We'll talk to y'all soon. Bye. Thank you so much for listening in today. Hopefully this episode gave you some really tangible tips for better SEO and marketing to get more leads and more sales from your website. If it did, can I ask you a quick favor? Would you please share this episode with a friend, and then just take 10 seconds and go leave a written review on Apple Podcasts. That is the very best way to help more Jesus-loving entrepreneurs scale their businesses so that they can help more people with their gifts and make an even bigger impact for the kingdom of God. And guess what? We now have a Facebook community where we can learn, hang out, and laugh. Go join the Facebook group now. It's linked in the show notes. And all the other things, courses, coaching, and copywriting, can be found at my website, faithhannon.com. Until next time, God bless, and I'll talk to you soon.